Hello everyone, Pelitzov here. Welcome back to Dauntless. In today's video, we're going to be fighting the Drask. I've heard a lot of feedback from you guys live on Twitch that the Drask is the one that gave you the most trouble when you were progressing into Tier 3. He was the one that was like hitting a wall. Hopefully I can make that a little bit easier, but I'm not going to sugarcoat this. The Drask is hard, especially your first few attempts versus this behemoth. So, the Drask is a lightning lizard, and he uses that lightning really, really well, to the point that I would say he kind of aimbots with it. No, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I don't know the timing to dodge that lightning, so we're probably going to get hit on the way in. There he is up there. We're probably going to get hit by lightning on the way in. So, to alleviate some of that damage, I did bring along a... Can I show you this? Can I look at my loadout here? Yeah, I did bring along a Bulwark tonic. So it reduces damage taken by 45% for the next 3 hits. When you are hit by lightning in this game, you cannot revive allies and you cannot use potions, you can't heal from aether vents, you're pretty much doomed until the effect goes away. So we're going to use this now. Next 3 attacks are going to have their damage reduced. And then when I get a little bit closer, I'm also going to pop a stamina potion. Now, the Drask is weak to fire, but I brought Scrave's sword because of the slowing effect. I think the frost effect from the weapon makes it easier for me to solo this guy because it allows me to get to his tail. And he's one of those behemoths where when you cut off the tail, your life becomes so much easier. His hardest attack to dodge... Oh. I did it! Yay! His hardest attack to dodge actually starts from his tail. He kind of rolls his whole body over. This one right here. And the reason it's hard to dodge is because most of the tells from this guy come from his shoulders. So, while you're back here on the tail, by the way, did you notice he does everything he possibly can to keep that fucking thing away from you? While you're back here on the tail, he's going to be just pivoting his weight. He's going to be doing all these things, and it makes it actually really hard to see what's going on. Also, while you're in a party, this attack will be knocking everyone that you group with back in one direction or another. Your best opportunities to attack are when he kind of gets up on his legs like that and does that howl. Now, that can mean that he's enraging, but we haven't quite hit that point yet. We're also fighting in a really, really, really bad spot. There's so much terrain around here that we have to work around. Definitely not ideal situations. Saw that one coming. Here we go. It's starting to get cut up a little bit. Nothing too serious, but we are slowly but surely making a little bit of headway on that tail. While his face is here, I'm just going to hit it once or twice. There's the frost effect. Now it's my time to go in. Popping the speed boost from our Scrave Lantern. Popping the attack speed boost from our Scrave Lantern. I'm going to take some hits here. I don't mind. Our only goal in life is to break this fucking tail and get it out of this fight while he is frozen from this effect. Uh-oh, we got an enrage happening, boys. There we go, tail's gone. All right, life's easy. Life's easy again. Go ahead and pop another Bulwark potion, why not? So with his enraged effect, the only thing that really changes is he does that lightning effect there 3 times, rather than just once. Now that we have the tail gone, we want to position in between his side legs, because that'll make our life just so much easier. You can see his attacks coming. Once you get the timing down, you can roll through his attacks, no problem. When you're in front of him, the charge that he does has a lot more abrupt of an animation, so it's a bit harder to dodge. That's the end of his Berserk. He's one of the few Tier 3 bosses that has an explosion at the beginning of his Berserking and at the end of his Berserking. So look out for that, boys. He's doing his attack where he like belly flops over to one side. If you're not, like, there's one spot on his body where that can actually damage. Ooh, pick up that flower. I got a second. There's one spot on his body where that'll actually damage you. I think it's towards his tail. Anything other than that, you can simply roll underneath him and avoid most of the issues. He's gonna be screaming out to the heavens, praying to whatever god he believes in that he can possibly gain an advantage versus me, but it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Now, I do have one issue with this boss. Notice I'm just rolling under him. to avoid that side lunge. You go right underneath his hitbox, nice and clean. I do have one issue about this boss, and it's the fact that it's really actually difficult to see the lacerations on his legs. So, I mean, you and I know we're dealing some damage, right? You and I know we're cutting into these pieces. But it's kind of hard to tell. So, usually what I do when I'm killing Behemoths is I focus a lot of while he is staggered here, we're gonna do heavy attacks on his head to hopefully knock him out. We did just that. Attack speed increase for us now. And we're gonna go into our sweeping strikes with the sword. I only recommend doing that combo when you have a boss knocked out. So that's both legs on that side knocked off. That's his face already melted. And he's entering a berserk. This back leg is the only one still intact. And we're gonna try to stay in position to take that down. So again, the fire weapons would deal more damage on this boss. They absolutely would. No questions asked. They would deal more damage. But the frost effect allows me to manipulate my positioning so much more because he is slowed down so much. And getting that tail off at the beginning of the fight is the #1 most important priority for me. I need that tail off to make this fight easier. If you're doing this in a group, someone asked me yesterday, we're going in, we have a war pike, we have a sword, and we have a hammer. Have your hammer guy in front trying to knock him out as much as possible with that concussive damage, and then have everyone else focus on just cutting that tail off. It's so important. Cut it off. All right. We're going to try to get back over to him. Now, you do actually have to be really careful. Remember, he walked over here in an enraged state, or at least I thought he did. What can happen is when he sees you, if he's enraged, he can fire off his 3 shots of electricity right away. It's fucking bullshit. But he has aimbots. We already went over that. So be careful. Be careful on your way back in. Let's try to take this guy down. Rolling under him. So what I think I could do when he rolls, I keep forgetting to try it. So we'll roll here and then just attack back into his hitbox. When he does that barrel roll to the side, I'm thinking we could do the... Oh, out of the way. I'm thinking we could do the same thing. So when he goes to right here... Nope, too far. Okay, now I know. I was thinking we could keep up DPS by just re-engaging with our lunging attack. So pretty much, I don't have anything to worry about now. Nothing to cut off. We actually cut it all off really early. I believe it's his tail, 4 arms, and his face, and I don't think there's anything left. But of course, if I'm wrong, please let me know. When you're in front of him and he goes to trample, the animation... Oh, let's wait for that to blow up. The animation is just him kind of trying to get momentum with his arms, kind of scraping at the ground a little bit, trying to get some traction. That gives you, especially with the sword, more than enough time to decide, you know what, I'm ready to reposition. Let's get out of here. We're going to be fine. Let's just move. The frost effect, again, gives us more time in between attacks, but... If you're super familiar with the timings, it can actually be a little difficult to roll while the frost effect is in place. So just keep that in mind. It's in front of him. That's where he can hit you with that attack. It's in front of him, so just don't be in front of him. Problem solved. I don't think he has too much HP left, but once again, seeing lacerations on this guy can be pretty difficult to do. I'm pretty much just going through the motions at this point. We're just dealing damage as fast as we can, using our Skarn Lantern, I believe it is, to boost our attack speed, using our ult all of the time to boost our attack speed. He's knocked out, so I'm going to switch over to the face and try to deal some damage there. We could take a few hits. We're making this fight look easy. He can catch up on damage just a little bit. Don't have my movement speed boost to get me back in. There's the stun. And now we're going to go in for this attack that uses our stamina while he's knocked out. Attack speed increase. Attack speed increase. I do see some glowing lacerations in there. And the Drask has been slain. Good night, sweet prince. Now, don't feel bad if you're having a hard time on this guy and I made it look easy. I put in a lot of practice to make that fight look that good. You know what I'm saying? I put in a lot of practice to make that fight look good. And thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hopefully these tips get you moving in the right direction and get you progressing into Tier 3 if you're having a hard time. Thank you all for being here. Hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you guys next time.